Hello, my name's Maria. You're watching The Rich and Simple Living, and for anybody who's landed for the first time, my channel is about homeschooling, homesteading and home life. So a bit of all sorts really. But today I'm going to be talking about homeschooling, some different resources that I've found for Sean. Well, actually, one of them's not different. I've come across one before and I don't know why I don't use it very often. And I landed on it again the other day. I was just Googling for, resources and things like that. I tend to go for free resources, want free ones. So I was Googling and it took me to the BBC Bite Size. Now, I have done the BBC Bite Size before when it was the lockdown period and schools were closed and all the learning was online. Then it was suggested a few times then via school, because Sean was in primary school. If you don't already know, Sean did the primary years and then she started the secondary years homeschooling. Get my words out today. But yeah, a secondary years were homeschooling. So she was in year 6, the last year of primary, when they did the online learning. And so when they were sending work home, quite often BBC Bite Size would crop up with different kinds of work. And I thought then, oh, this is quite a good site, and I'll remember this when she's homeschooling. And then when she started homeschooling, I started buying all the Key Stage 3 books and things like that. And it sort of went to the back burner and got forgotten about. So the other day, like I said, I came across it again, and I just thought, for anybody who doesn't know about it, I'm sure most of you perhaps do, but for anybody that doesn't know about it, I thought it is a good site to look up. And I'd forgotten how good it was, actually. I mean, landing on the main page, I'll show you on my other phone. So landing on the main page, only thing is you're getting some reflection, aren't you? It does do primary years if you're primary educating, but I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. But as you can see, there's Key Stage 3, GCSE, and it's got, is it course? No, sorry, careers. Careers at the bottom. GCSE's got some courses on them. But yeah, it's quite good. I mean, I went on to do the Key Stage 3 because that's what Sean's at the moment. And when you press onto that, it gives you all the different subjects that it covers. Well, I haven't even got all of them down here. There was more earlier. But it'll come up as a list. It hasn't given me the full list it gave earlier, I think, because I've gone on and off it a few times. But yeah, it gives you a list of different things. Now, I looked into them and had a look what there was, but a lot of what's on there is what Sean's done on the Key Stage 3 books that I've been having, because I've been having Collins and, is it CPJ, something like that, Key Stage 3 workbook. So she's done a lot of them. So on the work on here, the subjects on here, most of them do cover the workbooks, what she's done. So I thought, well, there's nothing really new on there that I could go into. So then I went back. So you go to the home page. I'll just show you the home page. You've got your primary, secondary and post 16. So yeah, your post 16's like, is it Key Stage 5, which would be classed as 6th form years. So go back into secondary and I went on to GCSE. Or GCSE subjects. Mine takes a while to load up. My internet connection's rubbish. But yeah, don't know if I can show you very well. But as you can see down there, it's got quite a few different things. You scroll up. And there's loads of different subjects for GCSE. We've got classroom videos as well. So yeah, there's absolutely loads of subjects. And I had a quick look at the English one. I went on to an English one and I did Christmas Carol. I looked on that. And yeah, it was brilliant because it tells you all about it. So it's like literature, that one is, and tells you all about it. And then they've got questions that you can answer. The only thing is, like, I can't see anywhere where like you can download it or, well, not download it, but print it off. But I did think, well, that's not so much of a problem because you can copy and paste or just, you know, screenshot it and print it off that way. So if you wanted to do it that way and your questions and everything, you could do it that way. If you needed something to keep in folders, you know. So I thought that was really good. There's so much on here for the GCSEs that I'm thinking maybe we'll start having a look at some of them, because she's done all the Key Stage 3s now. That's the beauty of home education. You tend to get ahead of everything. I mean, at the moment, she's doing a lot of work that she's chosen herself, and we're doing a lot of things like that. I think actually she's in the other room at the moment doing some maths at the moment. But down here, you've got like drama, DT, you've got everything, all your sciences, computer sciences combined, and chemistry, art and design, business, which is quite a good one. I think Sean might be good to do that one, maybe. If we're going to start up properties and she takes part in that, it'd be good to learn some business. But yeah, it has got so much on here, so much. So we're going to go through some of this. So that's your BBC Bite Size. Let's get the light right so I can show you. BBC Bite Size. It's worth going on and having a look. But like I said, I can't see anywhere that I can print off the work or anything like that. But look, you can sort of Photoshop it and print it that way. I don't know if you can copy and paste, something like that. The only thing is then when you go into all the questions, if you were doing it that way, you just have to print each question for them to do the answers. Because you can do it on here, just do it on here, it's easy enough. But you just print it off and you've got some proof. But yeah, I just clicked onto the English literature, and you choose your exam specification. I think the ones I come across most often is the aqua one. So yeah, whichever one you do, you go to, and then the work will cover it under there. I've got all sorts on here, all sorts. I'll show you my Christmas Carol one I did. So yeah, I'll just take you onto the English literature and show you the Christmas Carol. So you've got your plot summary, characters, themes. So you go on it, watch videos, you read about it. So reading is you revising the video and test on it. And it covers like all different parts of it. So I thought that's really good. I think I might go through a few of them with her and work on a few of them. Perhaps after the half term, I'll have a look over the February half term and pick some out and see. I mean, they've got all sorts of 19th century prose on there. Great Expectations, Jane Eyre, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And these are all the ones like they do in school and that. Then there's other things on there. But yeah, that's the BBC Bite Size. So I'm definitely going to go on there. I'm going to have a look at some of the GCSE stuff on there and have a look if there's something she can do. Now, another one I found actually, while I've got my phone in my hand, if I can find it, I'll punch it in. I don't know if anybody's heard of it, but I can honestly say that I haven't. I can't remember. I think I was doing some family tree hunting and it just came up. Must have punched something in that triggered it to come up. So we've got the National Archives. Has anybody been on that for education? The National Archives, Education Sessions and Resources. I'd never heard of it. I just associate the National Archives with, you know, sources for looking up for your family tree and or your birth, death, all the certificates and censuses, that kind of thing, you know. So yeah, got trying to get in the light for you. Awkward. I have to try and get the light so you can see me, but then it's get the light so you can see this. So it's a National Archives, Education Sessions and Resources. You can filter it down for what you want, but I'll just give you a quick idea. We'll just go to the top one. 1833 Factory Act. So this is suitable for Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2 and Key Stage 3. So it'll say underneath what they're suitable for, which key stage. Although with home education, you know, it doesn't matter really what age it's for. If it's something you're interested in, something you want to learn, then all resources are good for it, no matter what age group or, you know, they say it is. Where on the scale you are, it doesn't really matter. But it's got a lot of Key Stage 4 and 5 stuff. Here we've got 1919 race riots. That is Key Stage 5. Am I on the right one? There. You see that? So that is like your sixth form years, isn't it? Your Key Stage 5. So it covers work right up to there. I was amazed when I found it. I thought, I've never heard anybody talk about it before. I've never heard of it. Well, I've heard of, obviously, of the National Archives, but I'd not heard that they did education like this for learning, like for schoolwork. I was quite amazed by that. So anyway, what I was going to tell you, I'll click onto the first one, the Factory Act. Now you can view the lesson as a PDF or view the full page. Lesson at a glance, so it tells you what it's available for, what time period and curriculum topic that it's involved in. So put that there and see if you can sort of see that a bit. So it's got a lot of writing that tells you about it. So you study it. It's got tasks to do, background information, its connections to the curriculum. There's even teachers' notes on there. So all the information pages are brilliant. You can see that lots and lots of information pages. Teachers' notes at the bottom. So let's have a look what tasks there is for this one then. Oh, there we go, look. So it comes under sources. So it comes under sources. There's question 1. It's got a source that you read, the transcript, and then there's like questions at the bottom. So can you see them questions? That's quite good. See what you do, probably get a workbook, jot your question down and write your answers in it from there. So, you know, you've got your own record and you just sort of work from there then. I thought that was really good. So I might have a go at some of them, especially like the history ones, because Sean's finished with the Key Stage 3 history book. And we're going to go and get a GCSE history book for her. But I think what we're going to do is have a look at some of these as well, because the amount of things on here. Let's see if I go back. We've got the Poor Law, race riots, 19th century mining disaster, 19th century people, 19th century prison ships, all sorts of day at the seaside, a great Christmas inconvenience, or that says for Key Stage 2. We've got quite a lot of Key Stage 2 things in. Suffragettes, Victorian prisons, abolition of slavery, Adolf Hitler, Sean might like doing that, African nurses, All on Board it's called, which is a study of old board games. Anglo-Saxons, animals, archaeology, armistice. Just goes on and on. Look at, I mean, just tons and tons and tons of subjects. Just brilliant. I think it's well worth having a look at. If you've not heard of it, it's well worth having a look at and clicking on. And I mean, you can obviously, if it's interesting and your child's interested in it, you can obviously go on and learn more about it, you know, treat it like a topic, something like that. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. And I can't remember how it came about. It must have been something to do with, I was searching Family Tree and it came up. And I thought, education, no, National Archives, and I looked at it, clicked on it, and it got all that there, and I thought, well, I never knew anything about that, and that looked really good, things you can sit and do, and pick interesting bits. So yeah, so I thought we might do that on a history lesson on a Fridays, because yours does history on a Friday. So I thought we might start doing a few of them, picking out what she likes to do and do a few of them, because I am hoping to get a GCSE book as well. But thinking of history on a Friday, do you remember, might have been a couple of months ago now, I was saying about the Enola Holmes things that I'd found. I was talking about free resources on Twinkle, downloadable, and to keep your eye open because they often have them, and when I last looked there wasn't so much, any things I'd already got, but it's worth keeping an eye on because they do bring things out and then they vanish onto the paid section then. But I downloaded all these Enola Holmes, I can't think of the word for it, comprehension. I kept wanting to say documentary, comprehension sheets and that. So I thought, what was most apt? What we're going to do for history this week was most apt at the moment is the Enola Holmes and the shocking case of the matchstick girl strike. I mean, strikes are all in the news at the moment and everything, so I think it's quite a good time for her to learn about things like that. But I thought, I'd remember this one, and I thought I'll download that and she can do that this week. So I printed it all off. And it's all like lots of things to read. The pages are all stuck together. So as you can see, it's a series on Netflix. I've not watched it. Enola Holmes. I think she's the sister for Sherlock Holmes. Charlotte Holmes. And then when you've read it all, you get reading comprehension questions. So it questions you on it. So there's a couple of pages of them as well to do. I think it's always good to do questions because it sounds it down, doesn't it? But what I also like about them, we don't want the answers. Just go on. What I also like about these, they've got a vocabulary sheet as well. So as you can see, like the words, then they Google what the word means, or use a dictionary, or go and Google in an online dictionary what each word means and write it in what it means. So I thought that was really good. So it's like all words that are probably used in the comprehension during now. So I thought that was really good. So I thought that's something she can do tomorrow for history. And, while we're going through it, we could talk about strikes and why people go on strike, and she'll be able to read it and hear why they did, because there's pretty much similar reasons today as there was back then, same sort of thing. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting, I think. So that's what we're going to do for history tomorrow, as it's very topical at the moment. So, yeah, that's it for this week. Well, I think this week, I don't know, let's come on with something else. But that's what I was wanting to tell you. I'd found these resources. I obviously knew about the BBC Bite Size, but I'd long since put it in the back of my mind and forgotten about it. And I don't know why, because I remember the first time I saw it, I thought, this is really good. So I might go back through there and have a look at some of the GCSE work, some of the Key Stage 4 work. Because she seems to be now getting to the stage she's going to change into that. I know she's not really due to change into it to September, but feels like we've exhausted all the Key Stage 3 and she's ready to go up a bit now. So we'll have a look in there, what's in there. And also these National Archives, we're definitely going to have a look in there, and I'll let her go through and pick out things that are interesting to her. And hopefully, over the next few weeks, probably give a little while actually if she's going to go through these, because I don't want a piles of stuff worrying she's got to do. But we'll go through these first. But hopefully, I'll get a GCSE history book, and she can start having a go at one of those then in time. maybe by Easter time, something like that. I don't know, but we'll see how much work she picks out to do on there anyway. So yeah, and I mean, that's all free resources. Like I don't know if the Enola Holmes series are still free on Twinkle. So I downloaded them when I saw them, which was before Christmas. So I've got them saved and just printed off the one I wanted this time. I don't know if they're still free, but go on to Twinkle. It's well worth going on there and keeping an eye on what they have got free and downloading it while it's there. Because like I said before, they go back onto paid, a lot of them do. Some stay free, but others go back into the paid section. So you have to grab things quick. So yeah, that's from there. BBC Bite Size, obviously that's free. I've not seen anywhere where you can print work off, but there's nothing stopping you if you're doing your phone photoshoting it and, you know, printing it that way. Or if you're on a laptop or something, maybe you can copy and paste it, something like that, and print it off. So you've got something for your records, you know. And with the National Archives one, you can just dedicate a book, get a little writing book, dedicate it to that and just write it as you go, because it's good to keep each other writing, because they do a lot, you know, typing. Sean does a lot of typing things. She's got her own project on the go at the moment where she's studying all the kings and queens of Britain. Now, we were going to do that for history, but she's decided she wants to do it herself in the self-led, so she's typing away day and night and loads and loads of it, and she never stops reading something, typing something, and so she's doing that herself now. So yeah, we're finding something else to do for history. So I'm not sure what she's doing at the moment. Might just go and have a quick look, shall we? So we've come into the living room. Sean's just finished doing what she's doing. We're going to start doing the geology in the family history record book. Genealogy, what was I said? Geology. Oh my word. Genealogy. Total different subject, isn't it, than geology. She's been doing some maths. She's done some German today. We've done reading this morning. We've completed that. We used to read toward the end of the day, but now we're reading sort of first thing, because we can just, Sean can get on and do what she wants to do, and it can take her as long as she wants it to take her then, rather than rushing along and saying, oh, we've got reading to do yet. So she's popping her laptop on actually, and she's just going to give you a quick look of what she has been doing. And this is like a self-led thing that she's been doing. I'll move away while she puts her thing in.
Probably put it in.
Oh, you've done it. Oh, she's like dynamite, this girl. They're quick. So what we're doing, loading up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got a nice picture.
A nice picture. I can't really see the picture. Can we see the picture? Sean's smelly pants, Richardson. Kangaroos underneath. How'd you get the name Sean's smelly pants?
It's a long story.
Oh dear. I'll just wait for her to find what she's doing. Yeah, she's just finding it at the moment, so we'll hang on a minute. And she just wants to show you what she's been doing, sort of self-led work. And this is where she's doing like from the kings and queens. So we'll have a look what she's doing. So I'm not sure if you can see very well because of the light, the brightness, but roughly she's been doing introductions about their early life. This is the Duke of Normandy, and going right through the reign, describing the reign and power struggles. The Doomsday Book there. So she's gone through loads and loads, reams and reams of it. And which monarch did you start on, Sean?
What do you mean?
And where did you start? Was it?
I started with William first, William the Conqueror.
Or William the Conqueror she started on? Because sometimes that's a bit debatable, who was the first sort of king of England, and because of you've got all those Saxon kings, is it? Athelreds and people like that. So sometimes it's a bit of a hard point where to start from. But I think a lot of people start from William the First. But as you can see, it goes on and on and on. And then she'll do one and she'll say to me, Mum, can you read it through? And sometimes she passes me this at 9 o'clock at night and my eyes are half asleep and I'm having to go through a whole monarch. Trying to stay awake. Reading makes you sleepy anyway, especially late at night. And we sit in here, we don't have the light on in the living room, we just have the telly on and the small lamp in the corner. So it's quite cosy and tiring anyway. So yeah, it goes on and on. So where have you got to so far? Which monarch are you on?
Oh shit, I can't remember what I've done. Alright, I've just finished
Can't remember who I read last actually. Because they're all Williams, Johns, Henrys and
yeah,
they go on and on. Matildas and Eleanors. So you forget which one that you've done.
Who have I literally just done? It was a Henry. I think it was Henry III. I've just
Henry
done.
III. Oh, I know where you were starting.
Edward first. No.
Edward the First, yes, that's where I'd gone up to. So you're about to do that.
I just finished Henry III and done Edward first.
So yeah, she's about to start Longshanks, Edward the First. I remember now that we got up to there last night when I was reading it. So she's done all of that and she's got a long way to go yet, and I dread how much there'll be to read when we get to Elizabeth II. But yeah, then she's decided to study it all right through, but she's doing it on her laptop so she could type it up. So like I was saying before, they do a lot of work and whatnot on the laptops and they type a lot and just print it off. So like I was saying with the National Archives, if you just get a notebook, I mean you can do it on your laptop or tablet, whatever you do it on, but I thought it might be nice if she gets a notebook and then just writes it all down, because I like to keep her doing written work as much as that she works on her tablets and laptops, because I don't want her to do all, you know, printed out work from there. I want her to do writing as well. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the art of writing if she starts just typing constantly. I don't want her doing that all the time. So yeah, that's what I thought to tell you this week. Just to let you know about these resources. One I'd remembered, one I've discovered for the first time, and I thought I'd show you the Enola Holmes one as well. Might be worth going along onto Twinkle and having a look what they've got free on there at the moment as well. I'm not sure if the Enola Holmes are still on there. I've got a few more I downloaded as well. So one's about codes and things like that, and code breaking. So it might be worth going along if you're interested in that and seeing if they've still got them or not, or they might have all the stuff on there. So that's it for now. I'm not sure what day I'll catch again. Like I said, I'm going to be sort of here when you see me kind of thing. So if you subscribe and press the notification button, you'll see me when I come back on. I'll tell you what I might be doing next time. Actually, I won't swear to it that that's the video I'll put out, the next one, but what I am going to be doing in the next few days, I'm going to be testing my air fryer. I'm just going to start on something simple, like peel some potatoes and do some chips, just something straightforward, you know, because I've never used one before. So when I do that, I'll film it so you can see how it goes and if it's still in one piece when I've finished. But yeah, that's what I might do next. I can't promise that will be the next video, but I'm hoping to do that shortly. So anyway, take care for now, and I'll see you on the next video. So bye.